Hello there everyone, this is Mark3 and welcome back to a bit more time in space. Everspace 2, where we're still flying our bomber. Same gear as before, except for the fact I've got a disintegrator in my alternate primary weapon just in case. And we are picking up where we left off in touring the Kargov system. I keep wanting to say Kariv system, but it's not, it's Kargov, yes. I had to double check literally just to make sure. But yeah, we are continuing along. With that, we will be doing the Kargov, then going to Kate, visiting the unvisited locations. There's a handful in each place. And then we'll see how it goes. Now I must confess something from last time, which is the Prescott Starbase. Actually, I should probably lead this up with the comment first, shouldn't I? Right, comment on last video from Happy Hafer. Nice title picture, though I thought for a second it was a MechWarrior video. Yeah, if anyone's not seen that, I used to do a lot of MechWarrior Online videos. I do need to go back and play that because I do miss stomping around in a giant robot war machine. I fully admit that. But the only pictures I could get, really, of the mechs was in the mech bay, so that's why like every screenshot was the mech that I was using for that video in the thing. And without a closer look, yeah, I think the thumbnail for the last video did kind of look like it was a mech. I didn't even think of that until you mentioned it, so I miss my giant stompy sonic robots. I really do. Carrying on though, the other half of the comment, which is why I was looking at Union. For future missions with the unstable cargo, I think the drone ship would work great. The bar can't go up if the enemies are busy fighting the drones, and they can mop up all the weaker foes for you. This is true, and it's also why I really liked having the carrier aspect of that ship. Very handy for dispersing and dealing with lighter enemies, though if they were getting mobbed and taken out, it became a lot more dangerous. Sure, you get extra 20% maximum shields every time you lose a drone, but well, sorry, every time you short a drone, I should say. But that didn't really make up for the trouble going on in general. At least that was my experience of it. Okay, and to go back around in circle, so I mentioned it specifically now because the mention of the unstable cargo missions. Talent acquisition. Daryl says if I do some smaller favours, I could get a task of higher reward. Pick up a job from Cato Clan. So that was not cleared from the mission we did last time. It doesn't auto clear. Apparently this is like a mission chain. If you do a bunch of on the side jobs for them, then you could get a superior reward mission from them. And I admit I didn't check last time comparing the rewards of a mission from them versus a mission which is actually quote-unquote legal. So I don't know, unless this is like an additional reward, but actually I think that is an additional reward compared to that. But then is the mission payout from the job itself less because of this being there? I don't know, but either way I need to go back and do some more shady stuff. Because that is a mission chain. We must do the missions, we must find the shinies, and we must of course kick Daryl in the face. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. We must greet Daryl as an honourable and favoured brother in arms, for that is all he shall ever be. He will never turn around and betray us. Never, ever, ever again. I'm sorry, I managed to keep a straight face through most of that, but if we're still dealing with Daryl, he's going to pull a fast one. I am 100% convinced. Anyway, moving on. First objective, Navia. Unknown site in Navia orbit. So I think it is, but well, it's nearby anyway. Oh my.
Another crashed wreck. The vortex has certainly taken its toll.
I must inform you that this is not any
crashed wreck, but the CEV Nordborg. Disguised as a colonial exploration vessel, it was used during the war to move experimental weaponry through the belt grades.
Experimental weaponry, huh?
Even in its current state, it appears to be protected by some kind of disruptive signal, and a very unusual one at that.
Unusual in what sense?
It is like nothing I have ever encountered. And
damn it, Hive, pull yourself together. Hive.
SOS. This is Commander speaking. The frequent jamming mice require a tow.
It's jamming my AI too. Do you know how to deactivate it? I need to get closer if I want to make any sense out of him.
New mission, Parasite. Some kind of electronic warfare / jamming effect. Affected Hive, didn't affect the system, so maybe it's like higher order or higher sensitivity systems on board a ship that it affects. But the moment I jumped in, it's like, ooh, this is a place I want to explore. Look at it all, it's just like all murky, there's nebula effects, there's a massive wreck of unknown origin. Must go poke all the shinies and find out what's what. Ooh, that's no radiation field. Time to go mildly irradiate myself for the sake of shiny things. And then, of course, there's that mysterious transmission that came through as well. Corrosive missiles. Sure, they do corrode things, but I prefer the mines, as I mentioned before, because they provide that lingering area denial effect, which the corrosive missiles and scorpion missiles, which both do corrosive type damage, don't actually do. So, depends on what you want the system to use. Ooh, look, more irradiative goodness. Yes. There's the thing. There are mines here. I don't know why there are mines here. Presumably I must do a thing to get with them, but the signal is also coming from within the main body of the ship. If I was a sneaky evil AI overlord planning my return from beyond the metaphorical grave because my ship body got wrecked and only my electronic mind survived, really, luring in a suitable vessel would probably be my first choice. And I have no doubt I am overthinking that, but at the same time it is a valid point. Especially since some kind of jamming effect... What was that? Red lights, okay. Some kind of jamming effect disabled Hive as well. That was a bit unfortunate too. I see red lights, I think of vault-worthy. Is there a thing to do here? Yes, there is a thing to do here. Right, what have we got? What have we got? Debris and a core. And that apparently revealed... Power core sockets, right. Okay, seems I've got some stuff to find. There was some minor loot, some credits, some crafting parts, and a scattergun. What have we got? We've got a observer, a ship module, Hornets. I'm getting light class wing modules now. I might be pretty close to getting all modules actually. And another disintegrator. Not a named one. Extra experience per kill versus regenerate a hull. Thing is, Bomber has a special effect where it automatically regenerates hull related to the damage it dishes out, so I'd rather have the extra EXP value, though this does mean my beams have probably changed colour. Yes, now they are bright purple. Makes me think of Covenant from Halo. What were those mini scarabs called? I completely forget. The ones that were in Halo Wars. I would just mass those and send them as a massive wrecking ball at the enemy in multiplayer on that. Oddly enough, they never really seem to be able to counter them very well. Anyway, got down here, Mr. What's His Face. Wait a second. Wait. It's the same ship that Evil Me was driving. Different paint scheme, but same kind. Oh, there's another ship there. What are they doing
There
here?
you are.
Hey,
Please, I need someone to pull me out. The noise is killing me.
What noise?
Ugh, it is splitting my skull.
Okay, hold on. I got you.
I suspect he's augmented in some way.
Thank you. Drop me off at the bow. There is a maintenance dock there. If there is just an iota of power left, I could get myself running again.
You sure? The ship is a wreck.
The repairing units are supposed to be autonomous, so there is a chance. Just get me away from the noise. I can barely think straight. It's broadcasting from the stern of the vessel. I would steer clear if I were you.
Already been back there, actually. Didn't notice anything. But yeah, I suspect some kind of enhancement. Then again, got to remember, our guy is technically enhanced as well, due to the hive connection. Here you go, buddy.
There you go. Is the signal still messing with you?
No, it is gone. I think I will be fine now.
Good, because this is all I can do for you. Good luck with patching yourself up. I'm out of here for now. Need to get my AI rebooted.
I just need some peace.
The signal is definitely protecting something. Maybe I should pay a visit to Fallon Pango. He might know how to protect Hive from that jammer.
Ooh. Fallon Pango. Isn't that... Yeah, that's the guy back in the previous system. Okay, buddy, you be safe. I'll be right back. Must find the shinies.
May I inquire about where we are going?
Thanks, Soul, you're back.
A remarkably powerful jamming signal interfered with my systems.
Next time we're not going in unprepared. Fortunately, I might just know the right guy for this.
The way you are phrasing this leads me to expect the worst.
That is an entirely reasonable summation of the situation, Hive. Though that said, as much as Hive may like to poke fun at this Adam, we got to remember that this is the quote-unquote good Adam. And that's what I insist on calling him. So he must be doing something right for all that he's doing wrong.
Ah, Adam. What a pleasant surprise.
Is it? A surprise, I mean?
You got me there.
I thought so.
My radars registered you quite a few times between the smuggling gate to Zarkov and here. What I do not yet know is, to what do I owe this pleasure?
I need something to better protect my AI from disruptive frequencies.
You possess a hive, if I'm not mistaken. Which is interesting, because hive units are usually fairly
That
robust.
is what I was thinking.
What kind of interference are we talking about?
Don't know. We ran into it while sweeping a capital shipwreck in Zarkov.
May I have a look at your output log?
Hive, is it safe to show him our log?
Of course not. However, I do not know why he asks permission when he downloaded the entirety of our log the moment we docked.
Figures.
I must say, these readings are quite intriguing. Luckily, I happen to have just what you need. Feel free to install this module. It is completely on the house, and to celebrate our new friendship, I've removed all spyware and malware, just for you.
Oh, thank God.
I can confirm this. After running an assortment of tests on the module, I cannot identify any malicious strings.
There's gotta be a catch.
The catch is that, should you ever return to the area in question, I would kindly ask you to gather more data for me. What was the name of the capital ship again?
I don't know. Just some random wreck as usual.
I see. Well, have fun with my module. I'm looking forward to your return.
When he said he removed the malware and stuff, I figured it might be some kind of data gathering package, as well as a shielding package. So I'll probably register any rep we go to, gather the information, and then just send it back to him automatically. At least that's what I expect, given his proficiency with this kind of thing. Thank God for no malware, though. Though I admit the adverts were pretty funny.
Hive, I'm about to approach the signal again. You ready?
That depends on the efficiency of the Bovis software.
True. Let's hope for the best.
I saw a gas plume, was immediately curious, but the problem is my ship, I don't think will fit in there. Okay. You know, I realised I kind of missed the trick back when I had the malware. I should have just kept jumping and see what the adverts they came out with, until Hive refused to let me do it.
Of the signal. I marked it on your HUD.
Scrap! No! Jump drives are breaking down too! This is worse than last time. Freaking signal! I need to shoot the emitter down!
Yeah, what he said about Hive units being pretty robust is what I'm wondering about this. So, whatever it is doing this must... Well, this ship was smuggling secret weapons and things, right? There must be a prototype weapon of some kind. There we go. Oh wait, no, I just need to shoot it. Disintegrators.
That should do it.
Oh no.
What now? Those wrecks were dead. How can they attack me all of a sudden? I need to gain some distance before I can deal with them.
Wait, it said infested. Yeah, infested. Oh my god. I think I was right. It is an AI overlord. Either that or it's a an organic infestation. But there's no... What was it? Oh yeah, Beast. The Beast from Homeworld Emergence, I think is what they rebranded it to. What the biological terror faced by Kit Somtor. No, that was a good Homeworld game. Oh, hang on. Not that I really have much to fear, because I do out-level these guys a fair bit.
What the hell? They were like zombie bots. Damn it. Can't get out without my jump drive. That guy I helped earlier better have the maintenance dock running again. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
If I was a megalomaniacal, sociopathic AI, I would have control of the repair facility. The ship limped out. I wrecked their ability to control their jump drives. Here, have this software patch that fixes it. Comes free with remote drone control override and a complete corruption of your ship's computer core. Just minor side effects, which may include inability to control your own ship and or reduced life expectancy. I'm sorry, I had to go off on tangents like that too easily. Just being evil and all that jazz. The guy has gone, so either he went back in there and got caught, or he has escaped. Though he was doing okay, last I saw him. Okay, let's see.
You have returned.
Oh,
And
no.
you're still here?
Yeah, still here.
Scrap, you didn't get the maintenance unit to work.
Not so loud. Of course I did. I repaired it, and it repaired me.
Are you a droid?
Oh, thanks, Soul. Because I could really use some patching up right now. Let's see. Restart AI module. There it is. And you shouldn't linger here. Something has started turning wrecks into zombie bots around this place. I took care of most of them, but there still might be some around.
I would prefer to stay a little longer. The silence is a blessing.
Well, suit yourself. I'll be out of here the moment my AI reboots.
May I ask who you are speaking with?
And he's back. I'm talking to the pilot I helped earlier. He's still here.
What pilot? The vessel you are addressing shows no vital signs. Whoever is in there has been long dead.
What? Hey man, who are you?
Please, stop shouting.
I recommend gaining as much distance as you can. Now.
Why couldn't you just shut up? I had hoped to stay like this forever.
Okay, what's going on here?
Whatever is piloting the vessel is not a physical entity. Possibly some kind of artificial intelligence or a parasitic network.
Called it.
While docking here, it has overtaken the station's defenses and nearby wrecks.
Are you kidding me?
If you won't allow me my tranquility, I will have to restore it by force.
So after zombie ships, it's a zombie station. Great.
Okay. It says destroy, so I guess... well, I have the perfect device for that one. Corrosive mines. I choose you.
Did I get them all?
Yes, but the pilot, as you called it, managed to escape.
Are you saying that a malicious parasite taking over dead ships and stations is now freely roaming the Beltergrades?
Indeed, thanks to you. The jamming signal we encountered earlier was likely put there to prevent the entity from ever leaving this place.
Scrap.
I dislike saying this, but I recommend returning to Fallon Pango. Viruses and malware are his field, after all.
I've unleashed the plague that will doom us all. What's that, the third time now, I think? Yeah, probably something to that order. Now that's it, there's an NGC socket that's been revealed by all this. The power of shinies compels me. Aha! It's a suspicious glowing object. EMP missiles and a reactor. No mainframe component. I don't think I've found one here, actually. But I'm not sure where else to look. Oh well, time to go see if we can stop this plague. Hopefully it involves the same solution we had in Homeworld, where we find an ancient massive cannon, graft it onto the side of the ship, and then go charging into the gaping maw of the enemy. Preferably without the initial misfire that happened in that game.
Hive, can you prevent Pango from downloading our logs this time?
I want to be very careful with the information he receives on the parasite. Who knows what he might do with it?
A wise choice. I am now aware of his techniques and will attempt to prevent all data breaches.
Good.
Odds of success, not great.
Wonderful. You're back in one piece. Let me check the data you've gathered.
Not so fast. First, we need to talk.
I thought we were clear on the terms of our agreement. You get my software, and in return, I get to assess its performance.
Your software performed like scrap. When I reached the signal, my systems crashed worse than ever, so I don't owe you a thing.
There was always a chance that it wouldn't work. It would have been rather silly to guarantee you protection from something you only gave me vague clues about. Had I known, for example, that you were planning to scavenge the Nordborg, I would have equipped you with something more robust, no questions asked.
How do you... Ah, scrap, you had my old logs all along.
Indeed, but sadly, I was only able to assess them after you had already left. Had you been more open towards me, I could have warned you earlier. Wouldn't you agree?
I can see where this is going. I won't show you my logs. Not until you tell me what else you already know.
Well, of course. It's not as if I had something to hide from you, Adam. Let us start with the jamming signal itself, which is, to be honest, the least interesting part of the story. From your previous logs, I gathered that it was specifically designed to indiscriminately jam everything that runs on power. There is no nuance or finesse to it. A setup like that is commonly known as an oscillator cage. Building one is child's play, at least for me.
Of course it is.
Just like with every cage, it is not the cage itself that is the most fascinating aspect about it, but the thing that it is holding. So I dug deeper, and this is what I found. During the war, your people poured an obscene amount of resources into virus technology that would enable the colonial fleet to take over our enemy craft. Since Okar technology was new to the colonials, they had to develop a program to assess the workings of any alien ship, then exploit its weaknesses. Something that was able to learn and adapt at unprecedented speed. There are classified reports of one such experiment that went awry while its carrier ship was on its way to the Okar homeworlds.
The CEV Nordborg.
The parasite turned against its own vessel. In order to stop it, the colonials had to quickly set up an oscillator cage to ground it for good. If a parasite like this still exists in the DMZ, it will cause much trouble, even for me. That is why I'm so eager to learn whether it is simply a rumor, or something we need to seriously worry about.
Oh, you can definitely start worrying about it, all right. Because the damn thing got away.
So you did encounter it. But then how did you manage to withstand its influence?
Frankly, I have no idea.
You really ought to show me your logs, Adam. It may be the only way for me to develop a countermeasure.
I don't like this.
I do not either. But given the severity of the threat, I fail to see any alternatives.
All right, I'm sending them over.
A very smart choice. I will call you once I've figured out what needs to happen next.
You better. Come on, Ive, let's get out of here.
Oh my. And this, of course, is one of the potential problems with a rogue AI, which has the ability to infiltrate the systems of other vehicles, weapon platforms, ships, stations, what have you. It becomes very tricky to try and stop it, and it has to be nipped in the bud basically as soon as possible if something like that is going on. I was not expecting to uncover a mission chain, but given the fact that this is not resolved, I think I might have done. Okay, let's see. There are 3 more locations left in Zarkov. They might have... Actually, let me check my data real quick. Challenges, Zarkov, Explorer... 3 location challenges, 0 out of 3. And there are... Wrong button. There are 3 locations left. So that means that the 3 locations remaining in Zarkov are the ones that have location-specific challenges to them. Oh, sorry, 4. There's one over there as well. I should probably get rid of that one first, just so that I know it's done. Otherwise I'll keep missing it. Strange how I can miss a gas giant, but apparently it's the case. I can be quite unobservant.
Hello, Adam Roslin. It's me again.
Fallon Pango.
Did you miss me?
Not necessarily.
I've got news for you.
What is it?
As there is no such thing as a secure channel, I'd rather have you come here.
Can't you just give me a hint?
It concerns a random wreck that almost fried your ship's AI.
All right. I'll visit when I can. Guy gives me the creeps.
I am still on the comms with you, Adam Roslin.
Wavelengths and beeps. I'll be right there.
Smooth, Adam. Smooth. I literally reached the smuggler's back door and he told me to come back. Either it's because I'm already advanced much further than where I was when I got that mission chain, or it's because I'm a high level. Don't know which. Don't know what the trigger is, but basically as soon as I was about to leave the system, he called me. Either that or he's just that smart.
usually like to chatter a bit.
I'm well aware.
Although in this instance, the issue is extremely pressing.
Oh dear.
The parasite is spreading. To what extent, I cannot tell. I investigated deeper into the matter of the host ship, the Nordborg. In fact, I made contact with someone who worked on the project. The individual, a researcher, wishes to remain anonymous, but has nevertheless shared some of his knowledge with me. He even had an idea why you might not have been affected.
Okay, elaborate.
Your outdated hive unit offers a degree of protection through its obsolescence.
If I had a hand, I would slap you across the face.
So my ship is immune?
The parasite, following its parasitic nature, was not designed to attack colonial tech, but it is learning.
It is trying to find a way in.
But more importantly, it seems the parasite you found at the Nordborg was able to imitate human behavior. It communicated with you, is that right?
Yes, it did. It was a little cryptic, but at least it could be concise.
This level of imitation is very unusual. New strands don't start on that level of adaptation. This researcher believed the worst had happened, and the parasite has begun to evolve to imitate life signals. So a simple bioscan would no longer suffice.
I don't like where this is going.
If he's right, this parasite has spent decades in its cage, honing its skills. It could be what we would call the alpha strain. The researcher is bound to know more.
Where do I find him?
That's the problem. He was attempting to locate the parasite to study its progress when he disappeared. I'll give you his last known location.
Okay, sounds good.
At the time, he was testing a new scanner configuration, which could potentially expose the parasite.
Sounds like the sooner we nip this thing in the bud, the less likely it'll spread. I'll call you when I find the researcher, Pango.
If nothing is done, I fear the DMZ could become even more inhospitable to organic life.
It's within the wires. Listen, how can you find the alien if the alien is the signal? The signal is already within the wires. The signal is already within you. In Everspace 2 there is actually a DLC faction which is basically that. A faction which is cloaked and hidden, and their main goal is to run through hacking the other empires and stuff like that. But they're very hard to pin down otherwise. But yeah, it goes back to what I said, which is like, this needs to be nipped in the bud kind of hard. Parasite 2. Okay. Well, the plan was to explore and complete. Instead, we've unleashed terror upon the galaxy. I am enjoying this quest chain very much. Also means I was actually quite correct on that first signal when I was saying if I was an AI system trying to get free of this wrecked ship, I would consider calling for help like that as an option. Turned out I was actually on the money. I would say that it is my incredible foresight, but got to remember the opposing facts. A stopped watch is still correct twice a day. All this stuff I spout off, sooner or later I'm going to get something right. I remember this place. This is where we had the crystals that like to electrocute our ships and short out our systems. Good place for a ship hijacking parasite.
I'm here to help.
Hi.
It does not appear as if he is in the humor for pleasant conversation.
Sorry, buddy.
Stop! Stop shooting! This is a misunderstanding. It's dangerous here. You need to leave.
Please, are you the researcher working with Pango? I came for your help. I need to know all about the parasite.
It's too dangerous. I must insist that you leave.
Don't worry. I'm here to help. Let me call our mutual contact to straighten this out, okay? I'm patching you through to Pango now.
Ah, I'm glad my colleague Adam found you. Why didn't you answer my calls?
I needed to hide. So I shut down my systems, which helped. But I don't need your assistance. Please, leave.
Adam is part responsible for the current mess, and has an interest in its outcome. Also, I dare say that he is the better combat pilot.
All right. I know another location where you can find more of the entity.
Send me the coordinates. I'll have a look.
I'm glad I didn't lob a cruise missile at you. If I'd just one-shot you, that would have been a bit embarrassing. And probably a bit of a problem as well. Okay, right, so... It's one of the hidden locations, except the one I was planning to go to. So we will be exploring today. Regardless, our hunt for the beast must continue. Here you go. Nope. I kind of need to sort my inventory out a little bit. Oh yeah. So this is a good example. I was talking about the Baron a little bit last episode or so. So 3000 DPS compared to a normal scattergun, which is like 2300 plus 600. So basically it's the same total damage, but it dumps the energy into pure kinetic. So the overall DPS is actually the same, it's just it's useless against shielding. Also it does have the same 1.8 rate of fire as well. This Baron though is slightly ridiculous, extra 10% damage if you're hitting armour. Basically that just like shreds ship hulls and things. The lack of shielding though, that's flat out why I don't really like it much. Plus I prefer to fight at distance rather than shotgun range. There is that too. No, the one I've got is better.
That formation over there seems quite suspicious. Outlaws, G&B, and Okar hanging out together? I should investigate.
May I remind you that there is a parasite in this vicinity which could undermine my ability to function.
Yes, Hive, but you're obsolete, remember?
I, for one, welcome our new robotic overlord. What do you mean I'm contractually obligated to fight? Oh, fine. Hi. You're not suspicious, are you? No AI overlord here?
I'm hailing the G&B vessel. Hello, my name is Adam. How are you faring?
No response, although I am registering life signs.
Oh,
Maybe I
hostages.
sounded too much like a salesman. I'll try again. I used to work for G&B myself. I just have a quick question.
I am G&B. I work like a drone.
Accurate.
Are you alright?
I am.
Can you tell me your name?
I am.
Okay, something's wrong. Let's try that scanner configuration Pango gave us.
Careful now.
The thing is that is exactly what the G&B higher-ups expect their employees to sound like, so on those grounds maybe I should give them a pass. So how exactly do I scan them? Yep.
Embrace my frustration.
Seriously, how do I scan them? I do not know how to scan them. Hang on, I need to check the controls. Oh, it's doing it by itself. If I get close enough. Right.
Oh, scrap, they didn't like that.
Sorry, G&B lady. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, that was only ever going to go one way, wasn't it?
That was something. Hive, you alright?
Yes, I can only presume that the parasite in its early stage is not able to infiltrate the ship's systems.
Then let's hope it stays that way. I'll call our guy and give him the news. Hey, I wanted to give you an update. It looks like the scanner triggers the parasite badly. It attacked me right away, but there was nothing I couldn't handle.
I know that the scanner works. For now.
I thought you might be more pleased with that bit of news.
I'm certain that the entity will adapt to the scanner at some point.
Then we should deal with it before that happens.
I have another location for you. I'll send you the coordinates.
Sure, I'll have a look.
And that's why, with this kind of roving AI threat, nip it in the bud as fast as possible before it can adapt to anything you could try and do to stop it. Because once it adapts, well, you can't really do much of anything. Also, this is the other side of the border checkpoints. I was going to comment when we came in, but got distracted by the whole AI overlord thing. Those scanners are going rather quick, actually. But I just have to check the drones. And try not to get shot at in the process. Pirate skills, go! Well, I got noticed. Ooh. Shiny things. Unfortunately, it's not a powerful railgun. NG damage bypass armor, extra damage versus armor, and hold hit points. Mine is still better. Yeah, mine is still better. The other one has better NG damage though. Oh, that's just because it's a high level versus powerful. Right. Okay. 2 down, 4 to go. And so far, I am 2 for 2 on tripping the alarms and defense turrets. This is going great so far. Oh, I was not expecting to find one of the drones down here. So apparently it got grabbed by the enemies. Only a basic corner though. I hear a hidden cache. Follow the beep. Silence the noise. Down here? Yeah, this one's actually pretty well hidden. No. Okay. I swear. Every single chance I've had to trip the alarms, I have done so. My proudest achievement is getting noticed. I feel like it should be an achievement. You tried to raid GMB's border controls. You suck. Yeah, that's probably what it would say. The problem is they're so quick, and this ship is kind of sluggish. It's not actually a good combination at all. See? Barely. Just barely got it. And if you trip the thing, then it actually locks down the container until the alarm resets.
Enough of these and I can get upgraded.
So yeah. One more thing to bust up over here and then I should be done with this area. Okay. I think that's everything.
We're at the Nordborg again. This place spooks me out every time.
Does look cool.
There is another uncommon combination of ships.
Okay, let's see if they're real or not. Hello? Anyone home?
Home?
I at home?
Okay, let's scan them and be sure about this.
Kill.
Scrap. Maybe they're not all done for. We should make sure by scanning a few more of them.
Okay. I feel like scanning is underutilized in this game.
Murder.
What a shame.
Have you noticed that every time you destroy one of these ships, another one jumps in?
Yeah, I guess we need to do this for a while then.
That would be a bad idea. It's giving them a chance to adapt. Just saying.
Destroy.
This doesn't look good.
I feel like
Making any progress?
Eradicating this thing? Yes. Saving lives? No.
You were trading one conscious being for another.
What are you talking about? This thing is killing people. We have to stop it before it spreads all over the DMZ.
Your actions have no use. The entity is already endless. It would be better for you to leave.
No, I already told you that. Wait a minute.
scan. Scan.
I can't believe I fell for it.
You did. And now there is no escape from this place.
Jump drives are suppressed.
You will become one of us.
I will go with no.
Cross another one off.
You cannot defeat me. There will always be more. Surrender to the inevitable.
There's gotta be something we can do.
No.
There is a barrage of unknown signals emanating from our location to far beyond this vicinity.
Maybe that's what's attracting the ships.
I cannot confirm.
No time for speculation. Mark the source of the signal.
I have located the signal source. It is a beacon.
Let's get to it.
Accept your fate.
I'm going to go with no.
You are destroying mere objects. You cannot destroy me. Useless. I am easily replaced. Time is running out for you.
That is true, actually. You know what? I should probably stop playing. Right. Massively overshot. Here we go. Other side, right. Oh look, they're almost through my shields. No, not the other side. Okay, how do we get to this?
Bravo!
You know what? Let's try splash damage. Here, have mine. If in doubt,
Did it stop?
bombard
The
it.
signal is weaker, but it appears as if there is yet another source.
Are you serious? Where is it?
I need time to pinpoint.
We don't have time, Hive.
Just
Oh, no.
minute.
Oh no, Hive. Don't fail me now.
As I said, it just needed time to try and adapt. That's why it was feeding me victims, just so it would have the chance to try and study what was going on.
Attacking target.
He did it! I can see the marker. Hive, are you there? Hive, answer me! No. I need to destroy that thing right now.
Interesting thing though, if the other cells are disposable and yet it's being called by signals from this ship, is it not truly a ship-hopping entity? Does it actually have primary hardware that it's still operating from? Because if it does, it's not quite the scale of threat it was before. And it does make it a bit more stoppable. Yeah, it looks like it's got
Do it.
primary hardware.
Hope you're alright.
It will soon be over. Your worries will be a thing of the past.
Not as long as I'm breathing. Can't see any more ships approaching. It must have worked.
It's only a matter of time now. My death won't mean a thing.
It'll mean something to me. I don't see any moving ships. Is it over? Hive, are you there? Hive?
System successfully rebooted.
Glad to hear that voice. Is it really you?
Unfortunately, yes. I had hoped to wake up on another assignment.
Oh, burn.
Yep, that's you, all right. Welcome back. What happened?
The parasite attempted to infiltrate my systems. As a last resort, I went into hibernation mode.
So, how were you able to reboot yourself?
I left one receiving end open, the ship's internal communications input device.
You followed my voice home? That is almost romantic, Hive.
I took the assumption that the parasite would be more focused on attacking the ship's vital systems than the less necessary organic component.
But we know the parasite can mimic voices too. How could you be so sure it was really me?
There was an element of care to the tone, proof of emotional empathy, which the parasite is unable to replicate, much less comprehend.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I should return to Pango. I'm sure he'll want to talk about this in person.
As I said, we have the good Adam. And it seems like Hive knows it. Still though, good thing it turned out to be limited to its primary hardware versus being able to truly system hop. Though that is one other factor about system hopping which I didn't mention. System hopping becomes harder if the destination hardware is unable to support the entity that it's trying to transfer in the first place. So, by necessity, it requires tailoring the invasive element down to a level which can be accepted by the intended host system. So, yeah, that is something else to consider. So, less advanced and powerful ships would, by necessity, have less advanced and powerful versions of the AI installed on it, or lesser selves might be the appropriate term from the AI's point of view. That's also partly why the ships were far more expendable than the actual wreck of the Nagrok we were at, because that's where the primary hardware was. It was just testing to try and build up a way to deal with ships with our configuration. Adaptive opponents. Kind of a terrifying thing, really.
What happened out there? You went dark when you closed in on the Nordborg.
I destroyed a lot of infested ships.
And the researcher, did he help you?
Turned out the parasite got to him first. It only revealed itself after it thought it had the upper hand.
That is regrettable.
I defeated the Alpha strain, though. And there's that.
That might be true, but it doesn't mean that the infestation has been eradicated. New outbreaks could resurface over time. They will need to be dealt with by somebody with a proper knowledge of how they work.
Yeah, I get it. Me. That somebody is me. Wouldn't it be wiser to inform the Colonial and Okar authorities? They should know what we're dealing with and the threat it poses to the DMZ. Maybe they can even come up with some kind of joint plan.
I will send them warnings anonymously, unless you are interested in accumulating more issues into your already compromised existence.
No, I would appreciate the discretion.
Then it's a done deal. I'm looking forward to our next meeting. It is never boring with you.
Sometimes I feel I'd prefer boring. See you around, Pango.
Oh. Well, hey, that's level 25. Actually, wait, 25. That means a new perk as well. But that mission chain took up all the time for this episode, basically. There's a little bit of time left. But I am entirely satisfied with that. It was meant to be rounding up loose ends, but in the end we unleashed hell upon the galaxy and saved the galaxy in one fell swoop. Okay, so yeah, the things I took away from that. The Alpha Strain is dealt with. Warnings will be sent to the authorities so they'll know to watch for it. But someone to deal with the situation who is familiar with what's going on, that implies to me that we will randomly be seeing these ships, the infested ships, again. So that doesn't. So game mechanic wise, I think that'll be a new raid group that'll be pursuing us from time to time, and possibly new variants on the distress calls and/or unknown signals. So more variety might have been added to the gameplay based on what just happened. Exactly what that might be, who knows? Will we have to scan the ships that are acting suspicious? Maybe. I mean, that's what I would do. I would have like random groups sometimes pop up in a location, and you could go to engage them for a combat encounter after you check them out. Make sure if they are or not. Maybe even throw a few red herrings in. Like have a group of ships you wouldn't normally see together, scan them. They're fine. And they don't even react when you do it. It's just like, who you, go away. Just throw a bit of paranoia into the mix. Anyway, before we go, perks. What have we got? 25 perks. Retaliation. Reflects 30% of incoming damage back to your attackers. Oh, that's a good anti-mob one. Especially for weaker, less durable opponents. Especially ones which have high firepower to low durability, like drones. That would make drones basically self-destruct if they hit you too much. Exploitation. Increased critical hit chance when attacking enemies whose movement is impaired. If I was relying on web equipment, that would be quite powerful, but I'm not. So, there's that. Preparation. Every second gain 5% increased secondary weapon damage, stacking up to 6 times, reset when taking damage. Secondary weapon. We are in a bomber. Activate. Our main weaponry is the secondary weapon, so every pause we take, we build up extra damage. Up to 30%. Not too shabby. Oh, the cruise missiles are going to be really nasty with that one, actually. Oh yeah, before I forget, I also maxed out energy orbs, so rare orbs also give us extra charge towards the ult, because the ult is kind of slow charging. I wish I could use ult more often, but can't. Nanotech to nearby allies. I will pick that one up now. Never know when that one may or may not be useful. But if you're fighting with allies and they're damaged, you can use a nanobot near them to help repair them a bit. Cruise drive, I've almost got that one out. In fact, you know what? Might as well. I have the credits to spare right now. Taurine, we're missing a few bits and pieces for you. Oh, we've got enough pure titanium. Thing is, we're not really using the home-based storage right now, so not super important. Ship dealers, though. Still really struggling for red tier parts, especially tachyon emitters. So that's holding me off on getting that one, which is the whole range of offer ships can be replaced once every 10 minutes, so it lets me refresh the shop basically on ships. But that said, the bomber is one of the good ones, the ones that I enjoy using because missiles and mines, for anyone I choose to lob them at. But yes, we will have to end it there. This has been Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, gives me those virtual head pats I oh so crave. I really do kind of need them. And I'll catch you all some other time as we go forth into space once more. Space. We're in space. Yes, space. Aww, no conversation.